Hey guys, Franco from Your Guitar Academy. On this video, we're learning how to play Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis, and it sounds like this. Right, so before we dive into it, remember to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as click on the description below to see a full write-up for this lesson. Okay, so Don't Look Back in Anger, it's a massive song, so it's a great song if you're getting into bar chords, if you want to learn some new patterns, it's amazing, so just carry on with me. Just so you know, there's an intro on the original track, which is played by the piano, and the intro is fairly simple. It's just C major and F major. So what you can do is C for 4 beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F major for 4 beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so F major. I'm playing it open, just in case there's some beginners over there who can't play bar chords. So what I'm doing is third finger on the D string, fret number 3, middle finger on the G string, fret number 2, first finger on the first fret of the B string, and the open high E string is open. So that is an F major, and C major is pretty much the same thing with the middle and the third finger up that way a string. So right, you do that twice, so 4 beats on C, 4 beats on F, just playing the beats, and works really well for the intro. But let's dive into the verse. So the verse goes like this. Okay, so let's talk about the chords I'm playing. The chords are C major, that we've just talked about, moving on to G major. So G major, I'm playing it that way again, I'm going to try to fix that, there we go. Same thing, it's just my way of playing it, sorry about that. So my middle finger is on fret number 3 of the low E string, first finger fret number 2 of the A string, and third and fourth finger fret number 3 of the B and high E string. So C, G, then we've got A minor. So A minor, we've got the first finger on the B string, fret number 1, third finger on the G string, fret number 2, and the second finger, the middle finger, on the D string, fret number 2. And then we move on to an E7. So E7, don't worry too much about the theory of it if you're a beginner, but basically it sounds a lot like, sorry, it sounds a lot like an E major, and it looks a lot like an E major. So E major would be open E string, then fret number 2 with the middle finger on the A string, fret number 2 of the third finger on the D string, and fret number 1 of the G string with the first finger. So that's E major. And to play an E7, what you do is you just remove the third finger. So you're not playing an open D string. And I feel like it fits the song a lot better than E major, but E major would work. So let's put everything together. We've got C, G, A minor, E7, then F major, the mighty. I'm playing it that way, you could play it that way, or you could play it the way I showed you for the intro. Followed by G major again. Okay, so from the top, C, G, A minor, E7, F, G, and then we've got C again, followed by A minor and G. Right, that's all the chords you need for the verse. It's a lot of transitions, but it's a great way to practice them. Now let's talk about the rhythm of these chords. Most of these chords, almost all of them, are played for 2 beats. So we go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and all the time. Except the last 2 chords, which are A minor and G, which are for 1 beat each. So the pattern I would play would be, if I start from C major, 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 and a. So what I'm doing, what the right hand is doing is down, 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 up. So every time I'm saying a number, every time I'm counting a beat, my hand is going down, and every time I'm saying and, my hand is going down as well. That's because we've got the feel of the 16th notes instead of an usual regular pattern where we feel the 8th notes. So let's do that again. On C major, 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2 and a. Okay, so every time we're going to see a chord for 2 beats, that's the pattern we're going for. So you hold on to that pattern for pretty much the whole verse. So it goes like this, and 2 and a 1 and 2 and 2 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and we get to the new bit, which is A minor G. I mean, not the new bit, the different bit, sorry. So A minor G for 1 beat each. The pattern, I'm going to try to do something slightly different. You could go for the easy solution, which is just playing 1, 2, changing chords. So 1, 2, down, 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 down. That's what I would do if I were a beginner. Now, what I would go for right now is something slightly different, just to create something nice. The pattern I would play would be 1, A, 2, and A. So I'll do it slowly. 1 and A, 2 and A. And my hand is doing down, down, up, down, down, up. So it's half the pattern we've played before, because we're playing these 2 chords for 1 beat each instead of 2. Okay, let's put the whole verse together slowly. Starting from the top. C, G, A minor, E7, F, G, C, A minor, G. Right, let's do that super slowly, just so you can visualize the differences between the regular pattern and the last one I've played. 1 and 2 and a 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 1 and a 2 and a. Right, I hope that makes sense. Then we move on to what I would call the pre-chorus, which is the bit that goes It's pretty straightforward. We've got 3 chords. The chords we're playing are F major followed by F minor and then C major. So F major, we've seen it before, but the problem we've got is that the next one we're playing is F minor. Now F minor, we don't have a choice, we've got to go for a bar chord. So if you're just getting into bar chords, it's a great way of forcing yourself to play some of them. So I would go for that shape, F major, which is the first finger barring the first fret, and then an E major shape below it, to F minor where you remove the middle finger. Okay, moving on to C major. And what we're doing is F major for 2 beats, F minor for 2 beats, and then C major for 4 beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay? Now the pattern is super simple, so that's why it's a great way of getting into bar chords, because you can really focus on these shapes you're playing. The pattern I would go for is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So basically what I'm doing is I'm strumming all the downstrokes that I have. So down, 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 down. And I tend to emphasize the beats a little, so the beats are going to be a bit louder. Hope that makes sense. What you could do as well is you could palm mute the whole thing and do. So the palm of my hand, that bit here, is just resting just over the bridge and I'm strumming at the same time. If it's all new, don't worry, take your time. Okay, let's put the verse and that bit of the pre-chorus together. So. Twice. Pre-chorus. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. Third one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Right, just a quick note, you might see that I'm playing F major that way with my thumb over. It's the same thing as this. And therefore, because I'm playing that shape, my F minor looks like that. But what I'm doing is essentially the same thing as. Okay. Right, so that bit of the pre-chorus, we're doing it 3 times. Then we move on to. Which is what we could call the end of the pre-chorus, I guess. So it's just before the chorus, really. We're just trying to create a bit of tension. The chords are G major for 4 beats, and then you've got the super secret chord that nobody found yet, and I think I still don't have it right, but I'll give it a try. So that to me is an E over G sharp. It sounds right. I'm not 100% sure that's Noel Gallagher's secret chord. To be honest, when I'm working on songs like that and I'm preparing videos, I'm always looking at different lives just to make sure I've got the right shapes and the right songs and the right chords and everything right. And this one, I couldn't find one video where I can see him playing that chord. So that works, but I'm not sure. So G major for 4 beats, then E over G sharp. So this one, my middle finger is on fret number 4. I'm not playing the A string, so my middle finger is slightly touching that string. I'm playing the D string open, and then my third finger is pressing on fret number 4 of the G string. That's the chord I'm playing, which sounds awful when I'm playing it by itself, but after G, it sounds alright. And then we've got A minor for 2 beats and G for 2 beats. So let's put everything together. G for 4 beats. E over G sharp, 4 beats. A minor for 2. G. Followed by F major again, 4 beats. And G for 2 bars, so 8 beats. Right, let's talk about the strumming pattern on that bit. The strumming pattern I would go for is, if I start from G major, 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and a... So my right hand is doing down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, all the time. So 4 beats would be down, 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 up, down, 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 up. Then we move on, that was G major, we move on to E over G sharp, same pattern, down, 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 up. Then we've got A minor for 2 beats only, so I would do half this pattern, down, 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 up. Moving on to G, which would be the second half of this pattern, same thing again. Okay, so let's put that together just so it makes sense. G. E over G sharp, A minor, G. Then we've got F major for 4 beats, so the same pattern we've played on G and E over G sharp. And then we've got G major for 8 beats, so the first 4 beats I would play exactly the same thing. And the second bar, so the last 4 beats we've got on G major, just because we want to create just a movement to the chorus, I would play all the 16th notes. So I would play all the down and up strokes I've got. So that's what I would do all the time. I think it's a great way on the acoustic guitar, especially if you're singing, to just create a momentum there. So let's put all that thing together. We've got G. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and then 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and then 2, 3, 4. Right, so let's move on to the chorus. Now that you've played that G major the way you did with all the 16th notes and all these strums, we're all expecting the chorus to happen. The great thing is, there's a good news for you. You know the chorus already. You know the chords, you know the patterns. It's exactly like what we've learned on the verse at the beginning of this video. It's exactly the same thing. The only difference is the structure of it. And the structure is weird. So try to follow me. The chorus starts like that. The first chorus. C, G, just like the intro. A minor, E7, F, G, C, A minor, G. We do a second one. F followed by G, C. And you're probably expecting A minor and G, but that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing is, after that C major we've just played, we actually start from the top of the verse. So we do, if I start that bit again, that weird bit, C, G, A minor, E7, F, G, C, and then careful, G, we start again, A minor, E7, F, G, and we finish the regular way. So it feels like we're starting another regular verse, but instead of going A minor, G, we just move on to, we just keep on playing the verse. We start again, we reboot the whole thing. Let me do it one last time. So if I play the whole first chorus, C, G, A minor, E7, F, G, C, A minor, G, C, G, A minor, E7, F, G, C, reboot, G, A minor, E7, F, G, and we finish the regular way, C. Okay, so that's a bit weird. I hope that's clear, but remember you've got the write-up where you can see these chords, and it's probably going to make more sense if you visually see what's happening there. If you listen to the song though, you will notice that bit. So that was the first chorus. The second chorus is just a verse, a regular verse, nothing weird this time, and the pre-chorus we've played, so F, F minor and C, so is actually the guitar solo, which is great. So you're just playing what we've seen at the beginning of the video. And the third chorus is the verse 3 times. So C, G, A minor, E7, F, G. That 3 times. And then at the end of it, you start C, G, and then everything starts to fade out a little. You've got an A minor, then you've got F major. We're just strumming them once, then F minor for a long time. This one is quite long, and then we start one last line of the verse. super quiet, E7, and we finish on C. And that's the end of the song. Right, so the outro is a little bit different. Again, if I go through it, we've got C, G, A minor, F, F minor, and you start the verse again, but a super quiet one. And you kind of fade out, so you're strumming less and less hard, and you finish on C major, which is the key of the song. Right, I hope that was clear. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye!